Yeah, I think that bed might be a touch too small in the end. Hey Google, turn on all the lights.
Sure, turning on 2 lights.
Good morning there, mister. Would you like to come out? Oh, stretch. Yes. Now let's take you outside before you pop. Oh, there he goes. Come out. Oh, is that where your antler's been there the whole time? Oh, Mr. Stretchy Pants. Mr. Stretch. Oh, coming back out? Yeah. Well, I'm glad there's no emergency to take you outside. Where are you going? What you doing back there? This isn't exactly what our morning routine normally looks like. Usually it involves getting him straight outside. I can tell you more about it here in a second. My dad's back in town. I can tell you more about that in a second too. We got a lot to get done today. One day, left with my dad. This guy, I'm tempting fate by talking to you right now, I feel like. We haven't had an accident in probably 10 days? 2 weeks? Hey. Come on up here for a second, buddy. Good morning. It's Cooper o'clock. Oh, you look so cute. He sees himself on camera. He's like, who's that giant dog on the screen? That's kind of scary. Aw, he's starting to calm down. It's kind of funny how I can actually tell just by picking him up how he feels in my hand, roughly how much energy he has. I can't always tell completely, and he surprises me sometimes. But we have a lot going on this morning. I think I said that already. But it has to start with our morning routine. If we don't start him off right with the morning routine, then who knows what we get. And that basically looks like getting him out of bed, which is great. He loves his bed now. He doesn't want to come out usually. I usually get up at 4 or 5 in the morning because he can only stay in his kennel for about 7 hours maximum at this point. So whenever I put him in bed, I set an alarm for about 7 hours after that and get up, which if I put him in bed at like 10 or 11 means I'm getting up at 5 in the morning. Take him outside, pee him, put him back, and then get him up around 7:30 or 8 if I'm lucky. And we go outside. I have to carry him outside because while he knows this is his living area, he's not 100% certain about the hallway yet. And the last accident we did have was probably about a week ago in the hallway. And he's just like, oh, I can pee out here, right? The answer is no. No, you can't. So I have to carry him outside all the way to his pee place. So we're training him to make sure he knows where the pee place is. And then he can walk back in, that's fine. However, I did learn recently, thanks to my friend Braden, who has a whole bunch of dogs, has had a whole bunch of dogs. I'm not supposed to let him use stairs until he's 6 months old because he could end up developing some like hip dysplasia or something. So we don't want these handsome long legs to get bowed, do we? No, sir. I'd carry him up the stairs now, but he can walk otherwise. He's doing really well on his leash. Overall, he's actually doing really well on his leash, especially when I have his attention and get him to focus. And then we do breakfast, which his meal times, I feed him twice a day, and I use those entirely as training sessions. So make him wait in the other room while I get the food, which is really important. But, just want to make sure he's not overly excited. Good boy. He's clearly not excited right now. And he's focused. Okay, come here. Good boy. Then we train. We do, sit, stay, come here, wait. Yeah, sit. Okay, take it. Training him to go in his kennel. That's been the hardest thing right now. But basically, I think the running theory is that he's had to step back in how well he does in his kennel without me, because like when we're going out to bars or restaurants or cafes or wherever it is, because I can take him most anywhere. It used to be that I would leave him with friends and he would just chill out. He'd be fine. Be like, whoop. Now he doesn't freak out or anything, but he looks for me. He watches for me. And it's adorable. That's great. But I think that in doing that, he's developed a little bit of a weakness for me. And so when I cease to exist by stepping outside the door, he struggles a little bit with that. Okay, come here. Good boy. So this is what the routine looks like. And you can tell he's still pretty sleepy. So he's only really conscious for about an hour and a half first thing in the morning. And then put him back in for a little bit of a nap. I would go for a run into the gym, but like I said, my dad is here. And I kind of wanted to do just a one-day, one-off experiment. We're going to be doing a lot of different things on the channel here soon. I'm really excited for it, and I really wanted to play with some different stuff. Okay, take it. And I thought today'd be really fun just to capture a day with Cooper and my dad. And we're going to go get some photos done, which should be really fun. I don't think my dad and I have ever had professional photos done, at least not since... was going to Mercy Ships or something, and we got some family photos. So we're gonna do that with Janelle, and we'll just see what else the day has in store for us, including sleepy puppies. I was letting him chew his cheese stick, but this is my favorite, his favorite chew. It's the Frenchest thing ever. It's a giant block of cheese that they somehow managed to harden, and they claim get all of the lactose out of, so it's perfectly stomachally safe and great for teething. Hey. No. Definitely need a better bag. This one's good for carrying him around, but the one side pocket, it's hard to get anything in it. And I'm trying to figure out how to carry my main camera without carrying, you know, my backpack. My sling is unfortunately broken again. Peak design, if you ever see this, your zippers are good, but they fail. So he's bouncing around, but if I put this in the side, then it pushes on him, and then he's not as comfy, and that's a problem. So anyways, we're figuring it out. These are just the logistical challenges of puppyhood, I suppose. Also, he's very sleepy. He did a very good job walking all the way to the metro on the other side. He stopped at every intersection, almost on his own. He was preemptive on a couple of them. He's learning very well, but he's very sleepy, and he just needs to take another nap already. Don't you, buddy? Oh, sleepy times.
If you can do this without sliding out my lap.
I gotta. He's having a hard time hanging in, huh? You'll figure it out. Grandpa's skinny legs, all those skinny runner legs. I got a good first look at the first video, the coffee video that we were working on that I told you about. I'm excited. It looks really good. I really can't wait to start sharing this stuff. I'll share with my patrons here soon and get their thoughts on the new stuff, but I'm really excited. And of course, KB's in it, so, you know, as they have to be. Aww. The restaurant, yeah. I think this might be my favorite Mexican place in town right now. I'm loving the tacos. And they do Taco Tuesday, so you can get one of these 4 tacos for €1 each. If you're not coming to Paris for tacos, I get it, but for those of you that live here, tasty. So tasty that you're gonna eat my jacket? That's not okay. We beat the line though, so that's good. Wow, you can, yeah, trying not to trip on the dog is good. How do you like it? Is it good?
Very good.
Yeah?
Very juicy.
Juicy?
When I'm watching all the juice roll out.
Yeah, be careful you don't get the dog. Just waiting, I want to get some salsa. The sauce piquante. If you ever want hot sauce in French, it's sauce piquante. If you want like it spicy at all, un peu de sauce piquante, s'il vous plaît. Merci. You have to ask for like the not French version. The French don't really do spicy. Generally. I'm sure there's some of you watching that do. Generally, they don't. Taco Tuesday. Welcome to Taco Tuesday.
Hello! Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh my god.
We found Janelle. We're gonna do some photos between the two of us and actually highlight her a little bit more. I mean, you've seen her, but highlight her a little bit more in another video that we're working on. Same thing as that coffee thing I was just doing. Too much obscurity. Let's just take some photos. You ready?
Ready.
Yeah. Waiting for you to take another photo. We've wandered a little bit to try and get an Osmanian feel. I've done a lot of photos with Janelle. She always makes you feel so comfortable and have a good time in front of the camera. Of course, I'll link to her below. You can book a photo shoot with her while you're here. But I'll tell you more about it
a picture of him.
in that other video that we're gonna be doing here in not too long. We got the taxi driver over here who wants a photo taken. Or he's got his hands up because we're robbing him. I can't tell. Anyways, the nicest taxi driver in town with the nicest photographer in town. It's a good combination. No, don't tug. That was fun. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Matthew B, today's Patron producer, for helping me put this together. And I know I've been teasing a lot. The teasing's almost over. I can't wait just to dive in. Like, I'm really excited for what's to come and jump back into, sharing Paris. It's really cool to see how many people are gonna be coming back. The city's gonna be bouncing this year. If you haven't made plans to come back to Paris yet, you probably should do that. And of course, I will leave you with a little bit of bonus footage here at the end under the credits, and I'll see you next week for, hopefully, some extra. Not good word, stop. Hey, stop. Good boy. Okay, let's go.
Another story. Instead of loving her,